so we're in the fall now. What fall, autumn vegetables, like to get away from the hearty, rich, heavy foods, let's stick with vegetables. What vegetable do you like cooking with?
So I became particularly fond of the acorn squash.
Okay. See, that's one I really don't do too much with.
I like it because it's good as a side dish, and you could actually use it as a replacement for mashed potatoes.
Interesting.
Even though it can still be a stringy, gourd vegetable. The way I prepare it is like this. Number one, you got to know how to pick your acorn squash. When you see it completely green, I don't go for those because when they cook, they seem to be a little bit more stringy, like they're unripe.
Okay.
I look for spotted orange. That's how I know where it can contain the firmness of what I'm going to do with it. And it doesn't taste like, you ever taste something where you're like, oh, that tastes like a cucuzza? Like it has like no flavor, water. I hate that.
We say that for like watermelon.
Exactly.
Melon.
Yeah, like, well, it's okay, cucuzza. I hate that. So I try to find one that has a little bit more orange to it, or maybe like a 50-50, just because I know it's...
Or like a yellowish to it.
No, it actually has a good orange.
Orange?
Or like an orange, like a deep orange color. I love it. So I do something that's, definitely high in fat, but high in flavor too. So what I end up doing is I'll get the acorn squash. I will cut it in half round ways. So it's like the two top and bottom hit.
Not lengthwise, like in the center.
Right, down center, across the center. So I end up getting 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter, and I place it in each half, salt, black pepper, and I wrap it in tin. I throw it on a tray. I make sure that my oven is at 400. And because remember, it's a gourd vegetable, it's very hard to cook. So I keep it at 400. Sometimes I leave it in there for 45 minutes. Sometimes maybe an hour, depending on the size. But let me tell you, you pull these things out, you put them on a dish. The skin gets so soft because you're like also steaming it within its own liquid within itself. With the butter mix, it falls. Sometimes you get pieces of the skin, but for me, I let it cool for about a minute or two, and I'll put it in a bowl, and then you could just have that, and you could paste that out. Again, it could be a great side, like as a replacement for mashed.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it doesn't have carbs and stuff like that. Yeah, but it has that fall taste to it because it's also savory. It has hints of sweet where you're like, oh, it's like nutmeggy or cinnamony. But you have the savoriness from the I use salted butter, plus the salt I put on it. It still doesn't...
So that's all you use is butter, salt, pepper, and that's it.
You could put a little oil in it, like olive oil, but you don't really need it. But the butter acts as that. So you're just encasing it, and it steams itself while cooking. So also, that's why I have it in there for a while.
I like roasting, since you mentioned that.
Yeah.
A butternut squash.
A lot of people do that.
That's my favorite one.
Right.
I would skip over your acorn. I'd skip over the pumpkin or the spaghetti. The spaghetti squash never did nothing for me. I think I did it once. I roasted it, and then I did it with the fork, and it did nothing for me.
No.
But a butternut squash roasted, first of all, it's a pain in the ass to peel because the skin is so thick. So I cut it down a lot, and then I cut it off the skin. And then I cube it. And then but like you said, very simple. But I don't do butter. I do olive oil. Lots of olive oil, salt, pepper, and that is it. And then I roast it. It's so good.
I have a dish like that. So, butternut squash. Yes, cleaning it. So I actually found an easy way to do it. I'll cut it into slices, the whole thing. I'll slice it up. And then you just left with the ring. I peel it like I would an apple, and then I would dice it.
You peel it with a knife or like a potato peeler? Because I feel like it's too thick for a potato peeler.
I do it with a knife. But that's because in my house, we always used to, when we bought fruit and stuff that had skin, we didn't just sit there and eat the skin. We never really did that. We just went and we just peel it by hand. So with that, we use, what I do is I get it at a good thickness, maybe about an inch thick each piece, cube it up like you said, right?
Yeah.
Throw it in a bowl. Brussels sprouts.
Love
Real Brussels sprouts, not the bag stuff, not you get it, you clean those off, you take off the first couple layers.
Yes, you take off the first set of leaves.
Right.
And then I trim down the bottom a little bit too with a paring knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I cut it down the middle.
Half.
Throw them all in the baking tray.
Paprika.
Yeah, on a tiga. I actually said it right the first time. Yay!
You did.
Paprika, olive oil. I do garlic powder, even though I could do real garlic, but if I put it in a bowl and mix it up, I'll put the real garlic in.
All the areas a little bit more.
But for me, it's like if when we want to do this whole roasting thing, that's what I'll do. I'll make sure that it does it at like the right kind of like mixture. And let me ask you, do you just you leave it in, or do you go in at some point and like turn them over and mix it up?
I always go in and stir them around. So I would roast them in the oven, like on a single layer. So you figure all cubed, not too small, like bite-sized pieces is what I like to do. And let them cook like maybe like 15 minutes, maybe before 20 minutes. Give it a nice stir so it kind of flips over all the chunks. And then you cook the other side. Because the part on the bottom gets browned faster.
Right.
So you want to flip it so now the other side gets the color.
So as a rule of measure, because I don't really think about these things as I'm doing it, I just constantly just check it. What do you think? How long should these things, like the butternut squash, cubed up, let's just say at an inch or whatever, at what temperature and how long do you think that would be good?
I would roast them at a high temperature. So for sure 400.
Okay.
I do 425 a lot.
You do?
That's my general go-to number.
Okay.
And this is a root vegetable, right? So it's hard. It's firm like a potato. It's hard. It's not harder than the potato.
Right.
So you need them to cook down. So I would do it at a high temperature, 425. And then, like, it's so funny. Like, people ask all the time, oh, what temperature? How long? You got to watch your food. That's the biggest, advice I could give anybody that's cooking. You always have to watch your food. Number one, ovens vary. Everybody always says that. Your oven's different than my oven. But second, you got to watch how your food's cooking. Like, you could think it's going to take an hour to cook, but sometimes they'll cook a little faster. So if you check it every 20 minutes, give it a stir. Oh, they're almost done. Oh, okay, another 10 minutes. They should be all nicely browned. I'll take it out. So you got to eyeball it. You got to see how your food is cooking.
This isn't like a crock pot, you set it and forget it. It's
not like a math problem. 2 + 2 = 4. No, because sometimes your food is a little smaller. It's a little bigger. It's a little tougher. It's a little more tender. And it cooks and bakes at a different time.
Correct.
So you got to just watch your food.
Right. And you know what? I noticed that, a lot of people are using like pumpkin and all this other stuff.
Well, it's the season for it.
I know. It just, I don't know how to say it. It's like, I'm kind of like sick of it. It's like, I have my go-to, obviously. You have your go-tos, and that's just what they are. But like, I'm looking at these flavors, pumpkin, and then they had, like you said, the spaghetti zucchini. It's like the spaghetti squashes, whatever. I don't see the appeal. I don't get it.
It's the season for it.
I know.
Everybody wants to cook with what's in season, right? What's available. It's the season of these gourds. Let's use them.
Yeah.
But again, you got to cook what you like, what your family likes. Like, I love the butternut squash. Do I have anybody to eat it with me? No. My husband doesn't like it. My kids aren't going to eat it.
Right.
So a lot of times I'll buy, like, this, if I see like a nice little small one, I'll buy it and then I'll make it for myself and I'll have enough for 2 times.
Right.
But if I had my family to eat it with me, yeah, I would make it more often. Spaghetti squash. I tried it once. I'm like, nah, it's not for me, and I won't make it again.
Right.
But if I had my family that would eat it with me, maybe I would try it again and try it in a different way.
Right.
Because I know they would eat it. But being that they don't, I only stick to the ones I like. Even that you said the Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. Who's eating them with me? So it's like I got to get like a small quantity.
Yeah.
Prepare it, cook it to have for 2 times.
Yeah, because
you know
you're
what I'm
definitely going to
saying?
eat it
Because
twice.
I can't eat it all myself.
No.
So that's why I'm guilty of that. I only buy the things I like because I don't, have nobody.
Yeah, but you can't just eat what everybody's eating all the time. Like, you got, you like branching out. You like having other things. You should be able to do that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to cook all this food and then nobody eats it. That's
the way I look at it, it goes, hey, look what's on the table. I don't like it. Well, that's what's there. That's how I grew up with. That was...
I don't force my kids like that. I'm not that mom that I'll make kale. We're having kale tonight. I know they don't like kale.
Right.
You know, like, I'm not going to sit there and fight with you.
Yeah.
But I know the vegetables that they do like. Like, I know my one daughter, she likes the string beans. She doesn't mind eating it. Mm-hmm. You know, my other daughter likes the peas. So, like, I know she doesn't mind eating peas. All my kids eat broccoli. So I'll make broccoli. Corn, all kids like corn. Like, you know, like, it's not like I don't make vegetables. No. They eat their vegetables. Yeah. But I'm not going to argue with you to eat kale when I know you're not going to like it.
Right.
You know, I know these are the vegetables you eat. Eat them.
Yeah.
Why does dinner have to be
a fight,
a chore, a fight, an argument? Like, I'll make the foods you like as long as you're eating your vegetable and your meat. Go ahead.
I know, but because it also like brings up the question of like, well, when will they start exploring new flavors, new foods? To really round out.
Ironically, they do.
Okay.
They do. When you're with other people, you're at a restaurant. Oh, why don't you try it? You know, or if you're with friends or even at school lunches. So they are introduced to things like on other occasions, or let's say we're at a party, a family wedding, or at a restaurant. Oh, look what they have. Want to try it? Whatever. So it's not like they're not introduced to things. They are. You know, I hate arguing all the time. Eat this. Just freaking eat. Come on. I got things to do. I got dishes to wash. You know? So.
But you also make another good winter dish.
Another winter vegetable that I like
is artichokes.
A stuffed. I love artichokes altogether.
Yeah.
I really do. I love them stuffed. I love them roasted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean like roasted like for the holidays, but I also like slice them thin. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm confusing that with fennel. Because I think that's really good too. No, but I do love roasted artichokes for holidays, and it's so easy. You're just slicing them in half, and it's olive oil and salt, unlike at $4.50. That's all it is. And then all you check with a toothpick when the drunzel, the end is like tender, that's when you know they're ready.
Right.
Do you like the drunzel?
That's the part that's
like the
that
bottom
makes the whole
part
artichoke
of the artichoke, the choke.
Yeah.
But not everybody likes that.
But then at that point, I'm going, what the hell are you eating then? Like, the point of the artichoke, that stem at the bottom, that's the meat. It is the meat.
That's the choke, the main part.
Right. So I get people like the scraping of the bottom of the... Yes, I'm with you. But what is that essentially? An extension of the trunk.
Listen, I've seen a lot of people get half-stuffed artichokes, and then they leave it.
That is like a sin on top of a sin.
Yeah.
That is the artichoke.
I love it. That's my favorite part. So if I'm eating it with my mom, my dad, and my family, I'll collect theirs.
I look at it like this. I look at it in the sense that the leaves are the appetizer to the main meal of the trunk.
The choke.
That's what it is. It's an all-day job.
I love it. I really enjoy it, and it's a really easy dish to put together.
Your video blew up the stuffed ones.
It's very easy to make.
Yeah.
So first, you got to just clean your artichokes. So like at the end, when they all come to point, you got to cut that off. Those like the pointed parts. So you cut that off. Then you clean the bottom. You take the bottom layer of leaves off, and then you kind of trim off the skin on the bottom part also. Once you clean them off, then what I do, well, you have to wash them, right? You rinse them. But then my mom taught me, like, you take them in your hand and you pound it on the counter. So you're pounding all your artichokes, and that actually helps you loosen. It helps you loosen all the leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put them upside down so all the water could drain off. Because I washed them.
Yeah.
And then I pounded it, so now you put it upside down, and I let them drain out a little bit. Some people soak them in lemon so they don't turn dark. I've seen a lot of people do that. I don't do that.
Yeah, because the citric acid stops them from changing, oxidizing.
But I don't make them sit that long, so I just let them hang out upside down till all the water drains out. And then in a bowl, I mix. It's not a lot of ingredients. We do plain breadcrumbs. I've seen people do seasoned with like parsley and all the. We do plain. That's how I learned to do it. A nice bowl of plain breadcrumbs. I do freshly minced garlic and grated cheese. Mix that up, give that a nice stir, and then you throw in olive oil. So now with your hands, you got to keep mixing it up because you got to mix the oil into the breadcrumbs so it feels moist. And then you mix that all up, and then you start filling your artichokes with all that good breadcrumbs. And then you put it in a pot. Did you grow up eating stuffed artichokes?
We had them a bunch of different ways. I'll share with you how I had them.
So when you fill your pot with your artichokes, if you have a little space in the middle, what do you put?
Just a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of water.
No. Let's just say you have 4 artichokes.
Yeah.
And you put them in your pot, but now you have a little room on the side. You don't want them tipping over or falling. You put a potato.
Oh, I never did that.
I know you throw out your potatoes. I'm sorry. I forgot who I was talking to over
If it's a regular potato to eat, I'll eat it. If it's only
so that's what we do. It's so funny. Somebody asked me, "Why do you have a potato in there?" The potato holds the spot and keeps your artichoke standing up, like it fills up the pot.
Yeah.
And then you fill a little bit of water at the base, and then I drizzle olive oil on top of all the artichokes.
Right.
And then I cook it on the stovetop.
Yes.
On the pot until it gets nice and tender.
That's nice.
And that's all. The only way to do it. It's very easy.
My dad kind of did the same thing. So what he did was, and there's a cool trick that he used to do, and I was amazed when I was a kid. So same thing, cleaning them up, and we wouldn't like bash them on the counter. Just one good shot of pushing it down on the counter.
So you would push down on it?
Just push down, and it would kind of like.
I would hold it and pound like 2 times.
If you had enough like if you were like the counter was a little low, and just one good shot down would just break it open. So 4 in a pot, right? He would only put this much water at the base.
So like,
you don't need a lot.
2 fingers?
A finger, if anything.
It's so funny. I was talking to someone that messaged.
Yeah.
I was like, 3 fingers worth. Like I was trying to explain. I was like, about 3 fingers worth. I think we were talking about.
We might have
stuffed artichokes, but that's what they told them.
About a finger's worth of water at the bottom, olive oil to help make sure it doesn't like stick. And we used to have like stainless steel pans. So those were a little bit more of a pain to clean and everything.
You have to know how to use those, like to cook.
Oh no, we use them so wrong all the time. Trust me, like that's
it has to be hot.
Yeah.
Before you place your food, because then it will
cold
stick.
Place things,
it can't be cold, correct? But sorry to cut you off, but I feel they're better for you.
They are,
right?
They are. Because those have the same benefit as Teflon minus the Teflon. They're saying that Teflon is very cancerous now. Anytime when you nick or scratch the Teflon, those are chemicals.
All that non-stick ingredients that they put on it.
Which I understand that, but who has time to sit there, watch their pan, have the oil wave, and then you do the drop thing.
Also, not everybody's educated. Like, I don't even feel like I'm educated enough to use these
It's a lot of patience. It's a lot of patience.
But I do want to say that some people do, and they only used stainless steel cookware because it's of the health benefits.
Oh, 100%. It's clean to use. It's awesome. So while we're using it wrong, he used to put the 4 in the pot, right? The olive oil.
So if they fell over, it's okay.
No, they actually, we had a pot big enough where the 4.
Oh, it would just fit that 4.
Because he also squashed them down a little bit so they were a little bit wider. So I'll tell you the trick he used to do. So he would put the lid on it, like you said, stovetop, did the whole thing. The bottom, when they get crispy on the bottom, you're like, oh, that's it. That's good.
See, we don't. Ours always has broth. We would do a little bit more water.
No, we did less. So
the bottoms, so then it would crisp up the
bottoms
bottom.
would crisp.
Okay.
We would take them out, and he did a little trick. I mean, these are little things that I'm remembering here and there. You get the vinegar, and just a little bit on top.
A little drizzle.
It would bloom open more on its own.
Oh, okay.
We used to do that all the time. So we would put the olive oil, and then you'd see it move, right? But then he would put vinegar in it, like just quick, and then it would go from here. It would go, and you would see it open up.
Like a flour.
Right. So then that's when we would have it, and then obviously we would put extra oil on it, salt, whatever. So if we wanted to dip the bottom of the leaves, or when we got to the trunk, we cut it up and we eat it. That was an all day thing. That's how we had them.
But I don't consider that like a main dish.
With how much effort you're putting into eating this damn thing,
and prep work.
And by the way, we never. So you said, and I see it everywhere. People cut the tops.
It's an appetizer.
Well, it depends. Depends on how much you like it, how much you're eating of it. Like,
if you're gonna eat 3 of them,
well, that's what we did.
You're making it a meal, but
because we liked it so much, we made it a meal. That was us. And you know how you said you cut the tops?
Yes.
We never did.
Okay, we always do.
We left the top on because we're not eating that anyway. So we used to leave the top, the whole leaf.
The meat is at the bottom of the leaf, like
so
you got it with your
care.
teeth.
So when it did that blooming thing, it like you really saw it like open up.
Interesting.
So it was pretty cool.
I love artichokes. I could eat them. And what we would do, it's like we would make like a pasta dish, let's just say, and that would be after.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool. Yeah.
Like in place of the meat.
Right.
So what about like eggplant? Like that's another great vegetable, also for the fall.
Yeah,
I feel right.
Mm-hmm.
Eggplants are really good. How do you like cooking an eggplant?
So aside from the normal, eggplant parm, which gets tiring really quickly. So I do a pasta dish. So normally I prep it like I would the eggplant parm. I salt my eggplant. I'm one of those guys. I salt the eggplant. I try to get a lot of that. Literally, it's black water that comes out of it. And it's like, that's the stuff that makes your mouth itch. That's like, I see people cutting eggplant and cooking it right away. I'm like, nah, there's a bitter.
You have to drain out that bitterness. And I have such memories of my grandmother always slicing her eggplants. And she would get a colander.
Yes.
Scuola pasta. She would fill it with all the slices, right, of eggplant. She'd put a dish on top. And then a can of tomatoes right on top. And then underneath there'd be like a bowl or a dish to catch all the liquid.
Right.
And let it sit. And it would draw out all the bitterness. And I do it and it really helps.
It works. And it's like people, that's why when I have family and they go, you do too, you putting too much work into this. No, it's what makes the eggplant tastier. It's what draws out that bitter because eggplant is bitter. It is. But I actually do. So I do actually, thinking about it now, I do 2 kind of eggplant dishes with pasta. So I'll tell you one of them. One of them is I get the large eggplant because there's the small and the large. I get the large one.
That's so funny because I always look for the baby ones.
Yeah.
They're more tender and less seeds.
Right.
I feel, right?
Well, sometimes it depends because like some of the big ones that I've gotten, they weren't really like seedy. I think it just depends really. But like if I'm doing the pasta dish and I have a few people over or whatever, I'll do my, about inch thick slices off my 1 eggplant, do the salting, let the bitterness comes out, wait like an hour or whatever, I dry them out, and then I cube them. And in a frying pan or a skillet pan, if you want, I do olive oil, garlic, right? Let that go. And then I throw in cherry tomatoes and I put in the eggplant. I let that cook on low for a little while because eggplant is a very soft vegetable. It gets soft quick. So I don't need a lot of time cooking with it. I throw in a little bit of basil, stir it up, black pepper, simple. If you want to even throw white wine into it, go ahead. It works really well with it. And you kind of make it like a Milanese, I guess you would think about it. Eggplant Milanese, like it's like that. You get nice little cubes of eggplant, and the cook time on it is 15, 20 minutes, maybe.
It cooks fast. With the cherry tomatoes, you said.
Works well with it.
Yeah.
Works really well. Get
a nice little broth, right, at the bottom, a little base.
And then depending, like for me, I know everyone's like, oh, you need a certain type of pasta for a certain type of sauce, right? We had that argument.
Do.
Okay.
Certain cuts go with different sauces and dishes. 100%.
So for this one, I particularly use like spaghetti or fettuccine.
So you like a long pasta.
For that, yes, it goes well. Everything gets coated really nice. The other dish that I do with eggplant is the small ones that you were talking about. I do like alla norma, like that you do with zucchini, but I do it with eggplant.
Yeah, alla norma is with eggplant.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The other one. What's the other one? Not alla norma.
Nerano.
Nerano. So it's like Nerano. So I sliced it because it's smaller. It's a smaller, circular. I cut it up thin, fry it in olive oil, put it on the side, whatever. And then I would
you fry it till it gets like a little crispy?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then I would do what I would normally do, like a pasta kulagya, like garlic and oil. All I do is like you would do garlic and oil. I just add the eggplant in.
Okay. And then no sauce.
No sauce.
Because alla norma, you do add sauce. So you would just not add the sauce.
That's not a sauce one. For me,
so
that's...
it's like kulagya just with the crispy eggplant slices.
You put a little bit of... And if you want, obviously, people put your pasta water in if you want to mix it on the side. And then you put your cheese and have that kind of melted. And with that, I would do like a penne. I would do like a penne pasta.
Short pasta.
Yes.
Penne goes good with everything, I think.
Honestly, it's really hard to find something that doesn't.
Penne goes with everything.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's hard. Like, I have that with bolognese. I could have that with regular sauce. I could have that with vodka sauce. I could have that with the egg. You could literally have that with everything.
Yeah.
I guess that's going to be our universal pasta then.
Yeah, penne really does
universal.
Go. Penne does. Even rigatoni does too.
Yes. Yeah, it's just a larger penne.
Rigatoni's good for like, maybe with saucy dishes.
Because you want it to retain in the tube.
Or bolognese, or it holds your sauce.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. But for going back to the tomato one, the tomato based one, usually I would get the container that has like a good amount that, what are they called? It's not a pound, is it? It's like a half pound?
Oh, they're by the pint.
Oh, okay.
That's how you get the container. I always look at that and it's like 1 pint.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit more than a pint. Enough to like do the that would cover the base of your pan.
But then you have them all anyway too.
So sometimes I quarter them as well. Sometimes.
Depending how big they are.
And there's a couple of different things you can do. So I have the emulsifier. I would probably end up cooking the sauce down first because I don't mind if the sauce just keeps cooking. The longer it cooks, the better it is. So I'll probably do what my normal cherry tomato sauce, emulsify, whatever. And then once I have the base there, then I'll throw the eggplant in, mix it up, lid, low heat, let that just chill out. So kind of like let the eggplant really absorb the tomato. You know what I'm saying? The sauce. Let it just go together. Because it is going to be a very breakable, a very soft type of mix that you're going to have with the pasta. And then, obviously, we throw a boatload of cheese on everything because we don't know what limits are.
Cheese makes everything better.
Of course it does. And then having that with the pasta, I feel like it's a good, hearty, dish to have.
I like a good pasta dish with eggplant. That actually is one of my favorites, too. I like that.
You know, it's funny. Story time. When we were in Italy, it's 13 years. I was 13 at the time. We pissed my grandmother off badly. Like, she was pissed. I think we broke something. Can't remember what it was, though. And my dad was gone most of the day because he meets up with his friends and, spend time with your grandmother. And he fucking drives away. So it was around lunchtime she was pissed. And then to punish us, she made us fried eggplant. She doesn't know the eggplants here don't taste like the eggplants there. They only use olive oil to cook in, not vegetable oil, right? You had to see this plan backfire on her. Like, you had no... We had a plate. She did 2 whole eggplants. You guys are going to eat these eggplants for lunch? I don't care.
No problem.
What? We got the bread. Every eggplant had his own slice of bread. We were just chomping. And she's sitting there like this. Like, we've seen food for the first time. Because the taste was something dumb.
Right.
Regular fried eggplants. What the hell? What is the difference? Oh my God.
Fried eggplant is so delicious. I love it. Just straight like that.
Yeah.
Crispy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Out of this world.
Definitely. But you did something with eggplant recently.
Yeah, I stuffed it. I stuffed the eggplant.
Okay.
And I love easy dishes.
Of course, doesn't?
Very easy. It's easy to throw together. So first, I cut them lengthwise. Cut them in half. Score it with a paring knife. And then olive oil, salt, and pepper. Throw it in the oven so it gets
down?
Face down.
Okay.
So it could roast.
Gotcha.
I think that went for like a half hour. Take it out. When it's tender. You got to see when it's tender. But I think it was like a half hour. Then with a fork, just kind of scrape it out, spoon out all the inside, put it in a separate bowl. And then the filling of the eggplant, it's just the eggplant, I mixed in some cheese, seasoned that, salt and pepper. I put a little garlic powder.
What kind of cheese did you use?
Oh, I like cheese pecorino romano a lot, but whatever grade.
You're not using any like pulley cheese, like mozzarella or provolone?
I did use mozzarella, but literally just not even a handful. Like half of it, a little bit.
Gotcha.
Just to have like a little bit of
a pull
stringiness, but not a lot.
Okay.
Just a little bit of the mozzarella. And then I put in like a few spoons of sauce, but not even a lot to color it. Just like a little bit. Stir it all up, and then I added in ham. Regular deli ham. I like to use boar's head.
Yeah.
For my ham, and regular slice. I cut it up. So it's like in, not shreds, but like in pieces. And then I throw that in too and give it a nice stir. And then you refill all of your eggplant boats. Yeah. Line it up in a I did a baking dish with a little olive oil at the bottom, because then if you don't, then they're going to stick. Right. So a little olive oil, you put your boats on top. I didn't even cover it. Threw it back in the oven till the cheese melted and got a little browned.
It crusted over.
I put a little bit of sauce on top when I refilled the boats. It was a little sauce, a little grated cheese, and then I put a little more mozzarella on top. Baked it till it got nice and brown, the cheese, and that's it. It's a delicious side. Or even, because then I cut them in thirds. The eggplant boat. So you could even eat the whole boat and make that your dinner. Right. Or I cut them in thirds and made that a side. Yeah. And there you go.
You know what's funny? Thinking about the boat process, you could probably make individual eggplant parms that way too.
Yeah. Like I used ham. If you don't want to use ham, you don't have to.
No, I'm saying like
just do sauce and cheese.
Right, sauce and cheese, or even if you like. For me, I like. I don't know. It's like kind of contradictory, but I kind of still like the texture. It's like I would still use a meat sauce.
You could
do like a meat sauce eggplant parm, but like it's
with a little chopped meat and peas. Yeah. If you like that too, you could fill it with anything. Yeah. I like the ham because it's like a lightness.
Sure.
Flavor. It's not heavy like ground beef, but it's still a ham. Yeah. In it, a protein. So it's something a little different.
Yeah, that'd be something to go for. Yeah, we should have.
But you could fill the eggplant boats with like a lot of. I've seen a lot of variety.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And you cut it up, and you have an easy side dish. So really, with one eggplant, you could have like 6 pieces. Right. So you can feed a family on like one eggplant as a side. Let's just say, Yeah. So it's something different than like grilled vegetables all the time. Grilled. Now it's fall. Like let's roast something,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is the time.